Hey, what's going on, guys? You got TLR here, and we are back for our final episode of our April International Challenge. So, final day. As you are about to see in a second, I'm not too much higher on the ladder, because I'm not that good, I guess. But, it's fine because, I mean, this not only is this tournament not, like, super important, but it's fine because we had fun, and hopefully we can finish off this tournament with some W's. So, yeah. And, yeah, let's just see who we find for our first opponent of the day. I don't really have anything more to say about that. Just taking us a little bit to find our next opponent. Here we do have Adri from Spain with a 1727 rating, so this guy's better than me. Rocking the Tapu Koko, Togedemaru, Garchomp, Celesteela, Tapu Fini, and the Arcanine. Alright. A very threatening team, actually. Bulu can actually do a lot of work here if we can deal with the Celesteela and the Arcanine. I also like Xurkitree here, although we do have to watch out for the Garchomp and the Togedemaru. So if I lead him off with next to Garchomp, I can click Discharge pretty easily. Unless we see the Garchomp lead, in which case I'll probably hit Power Ice that slot. And Garchomp, I do want Tapu Bulu. I also want something else that can deal with the Arcanine and the Celesteela. Milotic could probably do that. Milotic can definitely deal with the Arcanine as long as it's not like Wild Charge, which it possibly could be, considering there's electric terrain. I'm still going to do it. Actually, would he be running the Wild Charge when he has a Togedemaru? I don't know. I definitely have to watch out for it, but I don't know. Either way, I am going to bring a Milotic because if I can get the +2, if I can somehow get Milotic's competitive boost, then I can take on his Celesteela as well, because my Scald will be doing just too much for him to take. So yep, leading off with Xurkitree Garchomp, he leads off with Garchomp Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko, Electric Surge. Alright, that's it. So what I could do here actually is just hidden power ice the Garchomp and then switch into my Bulu, which means if he decides to like protect and then Earthquake, my Xurkitree can easily live the Earthquake. Although he could also go for a Tectonic Rage. And I don't think he would though. He might not even go for an Earthquake. He might just like... I still think I'm okay with hidden power icing the Garchomp and then switching into Bulu. Because I don't think he'd Poison Jab into the Garchomp slot. Although he could withdraw his own Garchomp, that would be a good play on his part. So so he just protects his Tapu Koko. Okay, so I am faster, so that means he's not Scarf Garchomp. Is he Assault Vest or Focus Sash? No, he is not, so I'm able to pick up the... Oh, actually I got a critical hit, so maybe it was Assault Vest, and I just got really lucky there. That's a little unfortunate. We'll never know. If it wasn't Assault Vest, then it just died anyway, but... Yeah. So we're able to pick up the KO right there, and get that Beast Boost. And here we see the Celesteela come in. His Tapu Koko just protected, so I should be able to launch off an attack into that slot pretty easily. However, he could go into his Arcanine, which is why I want to send in my Milotic right now. I'm still going to Wood Hammer that slot in an attempt to take out the Tapu Koko if he wants to stay in. But if he switches into his Arcanine, My Xurkitree will switch first because I know he's not Scarf Koko, unless he's like Scarf Koko with Protect, but that I can't see that happening. So we'll be able to switch first and get that competitive boost if he does have Arcanine in the back. So he actually reveals the Z move, Twinkle Tackle. Alright, that's fine. Bulu can definitely live this because, again, I am Assault Vest Bulu. If you haven't watched my previous episodes, I'm running Hidden Tech Assault Vest Bulu. Milotic should be able to live this. No, I'm definite. Yeah, that didn't even do half. Wow. So Milotic just super bulky, and Woodhammer can just knock out the Tapu Koko right here. Although this probably means that after recoil, Heavy Slam will definitely take down my Tapu Bulu. However, I am okay with that because if his last Pokemon is Arcanine, Bulu pretty much wasn't going to be doing anything if his last Pokemon was Arcanine. And he actually gets the defense boost, which is actually really good for me because that means that Milotic can almost definitely 1v1 this thing. I'm actually going to go into Xurkitree here, yeah. Even if his last Pokemon is Togedemaru, which it is. And he could easily fake out my Xurkitree. I'm going to protect Milotic, just get a little bit more grassy terrain recovery, and I'm going to launch off a Discharge. Because Discharge will 2-hit KO Celesteela if he decides not to attack that slot. And next turn I can just switch into my Garchomp. Togedemaru goes for the fake out onto the Milotic, so we are able to get off this Discharge. Lightning Rod, of course. And then, yep, hit the Celesteela for a ton of damage, just a ton of damage. Goes for the Leech Seed onto the Xurkitree, which is fine. Able to heal up a little bit more with Milotic, which is good. And Celesteela is going to heal up with the Leftovers and the Leech Seed. But neither of his Pokemon are threatening a ton of damage onto Xurkitree, so I'm okay with keeping it in and going for another Discharge, even if he decides to protect his Celesteela. Actually, he's just going to forfeit the match right there. That's fine. I don't think the battle was necessarily over yet, but it obviously would have been pretty hard for him to win. He would have had to make some pretty good reads, I guess. But either way, good game. Going to cop a W for our first battle of our final episode, which is always nice. It's always nice to, win. There's nothing wrong with winning. And let's just hop right into the next battle. 1646, we're climbing. Bit by bit, we are climbing the ladder, sort of. Not always. Sometimes we climbing down the ladder, but no, it's fine. Here we see our next opponent of the day from Mexico, rocking the 1721 rating, with a Tapu Koko, Pikachu, Gyarados, Aerodactyl, Garchomp, and the Kartana, that's what it is. Now this one's a lot trickier because he has a pretty solid team. I can either see the Aerodactyl Gyarados lead or the Pikachu Gyarados lead. Xurkitree is not a bad lead in either of those cases because it can Discharge. I don't think I want to lead Bulu, although while it would do well against the Pikachu, I don't want it, it can't protect, so I don't want to not allow myself to click Discharge if I need to. So I could just lead Bulu and then switch right to Garchomp. Or I could just lead Garchomp. Or I could lead Gengar. Gengar's not bad either, but I definitely do want Garchomp in the back, and I'm thinking Celesteela, maybe? Because it does well. Yeah, because I'm pretty weak to Kartana, I definitely want the Celesteela in case he brings the Kartana, especially because what he could do is lead Kartana, Aerodactyl, and then Skydrop one of my Pokemon, and then Swords Dance with his Kartana. So I definitely want something that can eat up a +2 Sacred Sword or something like that. And Celesteela is the way to go for that. So yeah, this team is pretty weak to Kartana, unfortunately, but it was thrown together pretty quickly. I just wanted a team to use. So he does do the Kartana Aerodactyl lead, which is fine. Unnerve. I could just discharge plus protect. I wouldn't be surprised if he switches right to Pikachu, which is why I don't want to just go for Thunderbolt. So I'm going to discharge and I'm going to protect. And this way, if he does switch into Pikachu, I can just Shadow Ball the next turn and take out Kartana. And switch my Xurkitree out. Because he can't fake out my Gengar, because it goes tight. So Gengar protects. Does his Kartana protect? He does. He protects his Kartana. Probably going to go for the Tailwind with his Aerodactyl. Although if his Aerodactyl doesn't have a Focus Sash, it might not live this discharge. It is Focus Sash though, which makes sense. Oh, but we paralyze it, so that really is unfortunate for him. And we fully paralyze it. Okay, so that's really unfortunate for him because now I can just make the same play and switch into my Garchomp. So I can make sure Aerodactyl goes down and yeah, I make sure Aerodactyl goes down and prevent him from getting up a Tailwind. So that's very unfortunate for my opponent and very lucky for me. Definitely not what I was attempting to go for though, so I can't say I can't say good for me because that's definitely not what I was going for, so I have to apologize to my opponent for that one. So, yep, Gengar's going to switch out into Garchomp, so we don't have to worry about the getting hit by our own discharge, and the Pikachu does come in. Okay. However, since we know this Kartana isn't Assault Vest because it went for the Detect, it will take a good chunk from this discharge. I don't think it'll die. Okay, yeah. So it's a pretty bulky set too. Goes for the Leaf Blade onto my Garchomp, which is fine. That did a lot. Critical hit. Okay. That might be Scope Lens. That would be interesting. He's... Yeah, I'm going to discharge and protect. I do think he's going to fake out. I do think he's going to double target Xurkitree with a fake out plus a Leaf Blade. But I'm pretty sure I can still live that as long as he doesn't crit. And if he's Scope Lens, higher crit chance, so he could possibly crit, but I do not want him to take out my Garchomp here. That would be pretty bad. So yeah, he does fake out the Xurkitree. Does he Leaf Blade it? He does not. He Leaf Blades my Garchomp slot, which is good. The Pikachu... Pikachu does get Quick Attack. I don't know if it'll knock out the Garchomp, though. But we are just going to discharge again, and we are going to Tectonic Rage the Pikachu slot. Which is fine. He might switch into Aerodactyl, which would expend my Tectonic Rage and hit nothing. He actually switches out his Kartana into Aerodactyl, interestingly enough. The Pikachu goes for Protect, okay. I doubt Tectonic Rage will kill Pikachu through Protect. But Pikachu is not by any means bulky, so I guess it's possible. Either way, this will do a good chunk. I assume it'll do 50 to 60%. I'm not super familiar with Pikachu calcs because you don't see it very often. Actually, I'm not super familiar with any calcs. I probably should, you know, get familiar with my calcs. But yeah, I assume this will do maybe 60%. Is that a crit? No. Pikachu died through Protect. Well, see? Yeah, shows you how much I know about my calcs. So yeah, I don't know what his last Pokemon is, but this game is looking about over. Since then, his Kartana, and he has the Tapu Koko. Okay, so yeah, I don't know how he could possibly win this game. He probably, yeah, he'd have to protect his Kartana and take out my Xurkitree. And Dazzling Gleam is not going to do that, so he has to, yeah, he has to like Z-move my Xurkitree. Which means he'd have to not attack my Garchomp, which would allow Garchomp to get a Poison Jab off on the Tapu Koko, so I'm okay with making this play. Yep, this will do about, that did a lot. I forgot I'm at +1, so. And he does just go for the Dazzling Gleam, so. That's not going to knock out my Xurkitree, unfortunately. For him, he reveals the Life Orb, so he didn't even have a, he didn't have the Z move, so he probably couldn't knock out my Xurkitree anyway. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Thunderbolt, I doubt it. Alright, and we're just going to discharge here and protect our Gengar. Because he did just protect with his Kartana last turn. So we can just take that out this turn. And if he doesn't protect with Tapu Koko, that'll go down, which it looks like he doesn't because my Gengar did protect before he could. Before he would have, because Tapu Koko outspeeds Gengar, so he would have protected first. So yeah, we're able to knock out his Kartana and his Tapu Koko right there. And finish the game off. Alright. Good game to my opponent. And I'd like to say I really like his shirt too. His tank top. Pikachu surfing on a rainbow. I would rock that. I would rock that tank top in real life. I'm not gonna lie. That's a pretty nice looking tank top. Anyway. I need to save the battle video, and we're going to hop into our last battle for the April International Challenge. I mean, probably. Technically, I still have like a few more battles I could do, but I don't know if I'll actually finish. I'm going to be pretty busy today, so. So this might just be our last battle, guys. Look how far we've come. Not very far. 165 points from where we started. And our last opponent of the day is Benji from Australia. Rocking the Tapu Fini, Mandibuzz, Snorlax, Garchomp, Arcanine, and Kartana. So a very solid team, very solid team. Definitely something. Yeah, okay. I do like the Xurkitree lead here, though. I wouldn't mind Xurkitree Gengar, actually, because if... What that had... I can't talk today. What that does is if Xurkitree can't knock out the Mandibuzz with a Thunderbolt, like it gets a special defense boost, and Thunderbolt won't knock it out, then Gengar can just taunt it and prevent a Tailwind, and also Gengar outspeeds the entire team, so that's really good. I do also want the Garchomp in case I decide to start doing that discharge spam again. He only has one electric immunity, so I think I also want Celesteela because that deals with Garchomp. It also deals with the Kartana, which I am still weak to, so, and it can also do pretty well against the Tapu Fini as well. So that is the team we are going to lock in. Okay. Yeah, let's do this, guys. It's our final stretch. So we're going to see the Garchomp and the Kartana lead, which is fine. The question is, would he be Scarf Garchomp? I mean, the fact that he has most likely Tailwind, I don't think you would ever run Mandibuzz without Tailwind. If that wants me to believe it's not Scarf Chomp. but he could be running some heat set. I'm going to play according to it's not going to be Scarf Garchomp, just because he does have the Tailwind. So I can't see it being Scarf. But if it is, then yeah. It could be Assault Vest though. So he detects with his Kartana. Yeah, I think I should have doubled into the Garchomp in case it was Assault Vest or even Focus Sash. But it looks like it is not, unless that's another crit. Nope, it's not a crit, so doesn't seem to have been Assault Vest. Definitely not Focus Sash. And the Kartana also reveals the Detect, which means it's not Assault Vest either, nor is it Scarf. Unless he's running Scarf Detect, but again, that's just that's not something that people really run. Sends in the Snorlax. Definitely a threat. I'm going to Hidden Power Ice the Kartana. If it's not Focus Sash, it'll just go down. I'm at +1. And I definitely want to taunt the Snorlax. I don't want this thing setting up curses, which I expect it to be Curselax. And he reveals the Arcanine, okay. Because like his team is Tailwind, he definitely wants some anti-Trick Room. Because he's kind of weak to Trick Room. Hidden Power, it is at +1, but it's a Arcanine, so it's not going to do too much. It's about 20%. That's actually a crit. So that's either Assault Vest or especially defensive. So for the taunt, and he goes for the high horsepower, and unfortunately for him, he misses. I definitely could have lived that, but now that he doesn't get any damage off on circuitry, I can pretty safely switch it out into my Garchomp. The question is, do I want to attack Snorlax? He could just switch it right back into his Kartana, so I don't think I'm going to attack his Snorlax. Also, if we can get rid of the Arcanine, his last two Pokemon will be Snorlax and Kartana, which Celesteela can do well against both of those. Goes to the Flare Blitz. I'm guessing onto Garchomp or Gengar. Okay, it is onto Garchomp. I guess it would be onto Gengar, but I guess not. Going to take the Rough Skin, put him into Berry range. Yeah, so he is Berry, which means he's probably, I'm guessing this is Ayapapa. He looks like to be a specially defensive set. Agua. Damaged by the recoil. High horsepower, definitely into Gengar. Yeah, okay. I shouldn't have said definitely. I didn't actually know where it would be into. Hang on with the Focus Sash, and we are going to Cursed Body the Snorlax, which is actually super bad for him. Because, I don't know if Sludge Bomb will kill Arcanine. He is a bulkier set. I think Agua means, wait. Also, Snorlax is taunted still, right? Yes, which means he can't protect, which means I'm going to actually Tectonic Rage into that slot. Now, I don't know if Sludge Bomb will kill Arcanine. Sludge Bomb plus Poison almost definitely will. I've been getting very lucky this live, so that's a little unfortunate for my opponents, but, basically, somebody's going to have to take a Tectonic Rage, Kartana or Snorlax. Neither of them really want to. And the Sludge Bomb even has a chance to take down Arcanine. And Snorlax at the moment probably can't touch my Gengar. I doubt it's running. I can't see it running no normal type move, or because most Snorlax will run their normal type stab, a coverage move being like high horsepower in this case, sometimes Wild Charge for Celesteela. Yeah. And then a setup move like Belly Drum or Curse, and then Recycle. So he probably doesn't have a move to touch my Gengar at this point. He has the Ayapapa Berry on his Snorlax actually, so goes for the turn onto Garchomp, going to take some Rough Skin. Arcanine is going to take some damage right there. Snorlax's taunt wore off, which is fine. I'm actually going to protect Garchomp. Now, since the Arcanine is a bulkier set based on the Agua Berry, it probably can't take down my Garchomp from here with an extreme speed, but I don't want to risk it. So I'm actually just going to Shadow Ball into that slot. It probably still won't knock out Arcanine, while Sludge Bomb will, but I don't want him to get a free switch into into Kartana. So, and who knows? Maybe I'll just crit him and just. That would be super unfortunate. Yeah, it doesn't kill. Goes for the Flare Blitz onto my Gengar to take it out, which is fine. Because he will go down this turn to the Poison. Barely lives. 1 health left. Yeah, he will be going down to the Poison right there. Okay, so we have the Xurkitree and the Celesteela left. And I'm going to send in my... I'm actually going to send in Xurkitree, yeah. Do I want to click Discharge, though? Because I don't want to be stuck discharging if he takes out my Garchomp. So yeah, I probably won't discharge. I'll go for a Dragon Claw into the Snorlax. Or I could just double target the Kartana. Although if the Kartana attacks my Garchomp, then he'll take Rough Skin and he'll probably go down. No, yeah, he'll definitely go down anyway if he attacks my Garchomp. Because Rough Skin plus Thunderbolt will definitely take down a non-assault as Kartana. I'm pretty sure. But he does protect his Kartana, which is fine. However, his high horsepower is still, you know, disabled from my Cursed Body, so he won't be able to go for that. Does he recycle? Yes, he does. Okay. Which is fine. If I can take down this Kartana, Xurkitree plus... no, I'm disabled, that's fine. I'm going to make the same play again, actually. Although, should I? Because I definitely want to take down the Kartana. Maybe. Okay, how can I still lose? The Kartana gets a boost. A beast boost. Yeah, I'm going to target Kartana. I think that's the better play. Because I don't think Snorlax can take on 2 Pokemon by himself. So, yep. Is he going to attack the Garchomp? Because if he attacks the Garchomp, yeah, he does attack the Garchomp, so he's going to go down anyway to Rough Skin, which is fine. But I just wanted to make sure the Kartana went down that turn. Because if the Kartana did live, then I think that would be the one way I could lose. Goes with the high horsepower onto my Xurkitree. Boom, not going to knock me out, but does bring me very close. And we are going to bring in our Celesteela here. He does not have his berry currently, so if he wants to get that back, he'd have to recycle. And we're just going to go for another Thunderbolt onto the Snorlax. He hasn't revealed a setup move, so I don't know if he has one. He could be Curse. He could be Belly Drum. Goes for the return, probably onto Xurkitree. Doesn't want to miss. Makes sense. Now, Heavy Slam won't knock Snorlax out simply because Snorlax is very heavy, so Heavy Slam will not be at a high amount of power. Although I think I want to go for it anyway, because it'll do more than Flamethrower most likely. Yeah. I think if I continue to Heavy Slam, he won't be able to set up a Belly Drum if that's what he has. So, just barely, and that's a crit too, so he does get off the recycle. So if that was a crit, I think I should go for Burns with a Flamethrower then. If I can burn him with Flamethrower, then the game is pretty much over. He won't be able to do enough damage to me, and I'll end up stalling him out. And there it is on the first one. Super lucky in this battle. Very unfortunate for my opponent, but, you know, at that point, that was the best way for me to win. So I did kind of have to go for it. But yeah, big apology to my opponent here. Kind of sucks that I had to do them in the way I did. Technically, the game's not over, but I have leftovers. I have Leech Seed on him, and he's burned, so his damage output is severely weakened. I know he has Return and not Facade as well, so he's pretty much just going to recycle spam, probably attempting to get high enough to get a belly drum off and still live, because that's probably his only way of winning at this point, getting a belly drum off. But I don't know if it's even possible at this point. As he's just taking too much residual, losing about 20-some% a turn. I think, I don't know, 22% maybe? I don't know. 24%? Because I think Leech Seed makes you lose 1/8. I'm not 100% sure. He is the Curse Lax set. Okay, that's fine. But again, he's burned. He's eventually going to run out of recycles. This is probably going to take a bit longer than I'd like it to, as he most likely has a bunch more recycles, so yeah, I'm probably going to fast forward through this part, but the game's pretty much over, so. So now that I am done fast forwarding, yep, The game took a while, but we are finally over. It is over. Had to stall him out of cycles, but we did it. 3 wins in this episode. What a way to end. Definitely a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun in this tournament. And I hope you guys did too if you guys were participating. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it if you've made it this far. And with that, that is going to be the end of our April International Challenge, or my April International Challenge anyway. So, yeah, with that, I'll see you guys later with a regular Battle Spot Live.